Good morning and welcome to my channel. I'm Jennifer, this is A Country Life, and Maria and I are getting ready for a Christmas tea tonight. I say Maria and I because I am the one who is supposed to be hosting the table. However, Maria has done pretty much all of the work so far. Of course, I have put some money into it by buying groceries, but she has done so much of the work so far. I am, though, this morning. And could this have been done a week ago and these put into the freezer? Of course. But that is not how I operate. So here we are, the morning of. I am making some 50-cent pieces, or they can be called, in my cookbook, they're called Grandma Pearson's Frosted Pecan Dainties. So Grandma Pearson was my grandpa's mother. And this is a recipe I guess my grandpa grew up on, and it has just always been a favorite in our family. So this is just a shortbread dough, and I'm cutting them into 1/4-inch coins. I made the dough yesterday, formed it, and then chilled it, and now today I'm just cutting them. They can go very, very close on the cookie sheet, because they're not going to spread very much. As you might be able to see, I obviously didn't get my lights. I did not get the dough squeezed hard enough in some sections. Like this one is solid all the way through. Some of these have like a little opening in the center. They're still going to bake up just fine, and we'll frost them, and nobody will know that they're not perfect. My oven is preheating to 350 right now, and these are going to go into the oven for about 10 minutes.
Oh, you want me to use the... No, let's do this.
Corn syrup.
Disney Princess. It fits nicely in all of them.
Perfect.
Perfectly.
Keep on.
Mom,
Got our
you know
birch.
what we could do?
Apple.
We could do like...
The pop. So,
Do we have apples or apple slices that I can use for pie, Mom?
I have 1 cup, which is 2 sticks of butter. I'm melting that to make almond butter crunch. This is sometimes called Heath bars. It's got almonds and chocolate, and it's just absolutely divine. So I'm melting my butter, and I have my candy thermometer here because I have to cook this to hard crack state, which is like 300 degrees.
Mom, because
We have sugar, some water, and some light corn syrup, about a tablespoon. And I'm just going to stir. This is going to start to turn a nice, rich, golden, even a little more than golden brown, almost a caramely type color. And I'm just watching for the temperature to get to 300 degrees or hard crack on my candy thermometer here. When it gets to 280, it goes really fast, so you have to be watching it. You'll see in the background, can you see Maria over there? Maria, wave. Hi. She is working on little cucumber sandwiches.
Little flatbread thingies. And I just like put this cream cheese, it's like cream cheese and ranch seasoning.
Mm-hmm.
And I rub it on.
You're massaging it into the bread.
I put it on.
And
I
then
put it on here. And then I just press the cucumber in to it. And I put a little dill on it. Whoa.
I will tell you guys, this time we had to get the market side tandoori style non-bites original. This would be like the deli Walmart brand market side. We normally like to get is it Stonefire? Stonefire.
Firestone?
Yeah, it's Stonefire. They were out, though, when we were shopping. These are a little more bubbly, I feel like.
And
a
more
little,
wimpy.
Yeah, a little harder to spread on. So, just for what it's worth, the Stonefire brand are our favorites. So I'm measuring out 1 cup of these roughly chopped almonds. At Christmas time, I didn't have enough almonds, and so I used a mix of almonds and cashews. It was absolutely delicious too. So I think you could really do this with just about any nut, but almonds are a favorite. The almonds won't get added until it gets to hard crack stage. I'll turn the heat off and put in the almonds quickly. We're at about 230 degrees. And you can see it starting to turn that nice rich brown color. Caramely brown. When it gets to 280 and you have to work very quickly, it's a good idea to have your parchment paper already out onto a cookie sheet.
It doesn't look the greatest.
So that you can work quickly and pour that out, because otherwise it'll start to stick to the edge of the saucepan, and it's hard to get it out. Now, you think it's going to be easy enough to just saran wrap that and transport all of this?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was just thinking, should we have just had it in containers and then put it on plates when we get there?
No.
No? Okay. All right, I'm trusting you. Ooh, we're getting close.
Put saran wrap. How about this? Once I get the other sandwiches,
Yep.
we'll try saran wrap on those. Because this, if it doesn't work, it could like peel the cucumbers off or something.
I know. Actually, I think it's going to work. I think it's going to work, Maria.
Alrighty.
I really do think it's going to work. What?
I said you have spoken.
Mom has spoken. Thanks. What do I say a lot of times? Nobody is going to come to the tea party and say, oh, some of the cream cheese stuck to saran wrap. I can't eat these. Right?
Yeah.
No one's going to say that.
Yeah. Gosh.
That's perfect.
I know. It's just like, I'm doing it, and then it just all comes out in one
All at once.
chunk.
All right, we have a problem. I was talking with Maria, and I didn't stir it. And remember I said at 280 it goes really fast? Well, it went so fast that it actually kind of started to burn on the bottom a little bit. So now I'm in this conundrum. It's too hot to taste. Is it going to have a burnt flavor? Or did I catch it in enough time? I don't know. I'll be back with a verdict. Maria and I tasted a little bit of this. We both agreed that it's okay. It's very dark, and we're probably 1 degree away from it tasting burnt, but it seems okay.
How does that look?
We're just going with it. All right, and then we just want to spread this as thin as possible, and that's why working fast is best. Our day is moving along at a very fast clip. We actually had our annual business meeting, and so that took a good, well, it took like 3 hours, I think. 2.5 hours for a meeting, plus a little prep time for me or whatever. So we're getting back at this. Maria was doing a lot of prep while I was gone. Maria made little place cards, and what we're doing is we are making these little, what are these candies called? Ferrero Rocher, right?
Rocher.
Ferrero Rocher. So we got these little
Spanish or
candies.
something?
I don't think it's Spanish.
Ferrero.
And we're making little wreaths. So
Harder than it looks.
it's a little tedious. Again, this is something we could have done well in advance instead of waiting till the last minute, but
That's
I've
us.
already established that that's how I roll. So she made the name cards, though. Aren't those just precious? And then she has gotten this down, And I have gotten down making the bows and tying on the name tags. So anyway, we are doing that. We have 3 done.
That one's actually pretty easy.
And only 5 to go.
Ribbon.
We also don't know what happened to this skein of yarn. Someone at one point didn't quite understand that you like pull, you know, on the yarn like that, and it has become a knot. So we just pull.
With just little cuts.
Cuts everywhere. Okay, I don't think that one's going to be long enough for you. I just grab a loop and I keep pulling until we can get a piece of yarn long enough. So you are getting really, really good.
The fruit, dry enough?
Yeah, probably dry enough. That looks beautiful. And now we are making some little parfaits, little fruit parfaits to put on the table as well. So aren't those adorable? Finally, I'm going to make the frosting for the 50-cent pieces. And I'm not going to burn the butter. I need to brown the butter. Don't want to burn it though, so I'm going to watch it. Maria, I'm not going to talk to you, okay?
Okay, I'll talk to you.
Last time, that's what got me in trouble with the almond butter crunch, is I was talking. I just measured out my powdered sugar.
Can't forget this. Picture.
Correct. It is just ever so slightly like has a golden hue to it. And all at once, I'm going to put in 1.5 cups of powdered sugar. Oh, of course, I just spilled on the stove.
Is the parfait food staple soft and cold, right? The sugar,
Yes.
the chocolate, the marshmallows, the hot chocolate, the cookies, the tea, and
Yeah.
the pistachios can all be cold.
Of course.
How about the heavy cream?
1 tablespoon of hot water.
Let me get
I'm so excited to see what's so neat about this particular Christmas tea is that each person is hosting a table. So each table will be completely different with their flair. I'm super excited to see that.
like what everyone does.
Yes, what everybody wants to do, how they all do it. Now, just a tiny bit of half and half at a time. That much. You don't want to overdo it, but this does need to be spreadable. Let's put away the powdered sugar. Another drizzle. I like to keep my half and half handy because as I'm frosting the 50-cent pieces and dipping the tops into ground pecans, the frosting will kind of set up, and you really, what I find is I need to keep adding a little bit of cream at a time to keep it spreadable. Okay. It's really easy to frost. Just a little tiny dollop on there, and then tip it. Whoop, you can't see that. And then tip it into the pecans, press it, and then set it over here. All these have to do is just kind of dry, and this frosting will firm right up. Good morning. The tea party was, I thought, such a success yesterday. Maria's coming in here to give her perspective on it too. I said it was a success. Come on over here. Get into the camera. It was such a success. I thought it was just absolutely lovely. One of my favorite parts of the evening was just watching all of the tables unfold. Didn't you love that? I just loved, like, each table host. There were 9 tables, so each table host was getting there, and she was like unpacking her decorations and unpacking the food, and it just was such a cool thing because it like really celebrated the uniqueness of women. And I thought you could see that. Oh, I just get choked up. I get choked up. It was just so special. It was so incredibly special. Okay, pull it together, pull it together, pull it together.
I really liked, like when we first got there and everyone's setting up, and like everyone, it was so different. Like some of them were very simple, some of them were really elaborate, some of them had like a lot of food and like not a ton of decorations. Some had like a lot of decorations and not like a ton of food. Some did like teacups, some did paper cups, some did mugs. It was like really cool how everyone's was really different. Yeah, so, I can't wait for next year.
I cannot wait. I already have ideas for next year. But this is what we have to do. We need to unload all of our stuff, get things washed up, and we're going to pack some of these things like in a bin, in a tote that keeps it nice and clean and says tea party, so that we have some of it. Especially like this stuff here. This worked so great. This was like leftovers from Amber's bridal shower, and it just made the table look so pretty. Hey, there's that lid. And this was a really nice addition to have a variety of teas. This was just bought at Aldi, and I had the apple chai. So good.
I had this one. It was really good too.
Vanilla caramel. Such good tea. So really, really fun.
A lot of people liked this one.
Yes. That was a winner too.
The cinnamon pear. And a lot of people liked this one too.
All right. Well, we're going to get everything cleaned up, packed away, and that is it for our first annual tea party. It was such a success, such a beautiful way to just honor the uniqueness of women. It was such a beautiful thing too to see multi-generational tables. There I saw a table with a granddaughter, her mom, and then the grandmother, and it was just lovely to see that and to see how, I guess that was my table too, wasn't it? I had 2 daughters and a granddaughter there. I just cannot explain the whole feeling of the evening here on camera. It was such a beautiful thing, and I encourage you, if you get a chance to host something like this or organize something like this or be a part of something like this, gosh, go for it. It was just absolutely beautiful to be together with all these women, praying with them, praying for them. We had a little prayer time at the end, which was beautiful, and some music, and the whole thing was just lovely. I cannot say enough good about it. Thank you for joining us in this most anticipated event of our year so far. And for more videos like this, food and gatherings and family, like and subscribe so that YouTube brings you back to these videos. Thanks for watching. We'll see you all soon.